Right, we've been talking about... we was having this chat today about strike partnerships or attacking partnerships the Premier League has ever seen, the best ones. Yeah. And there's a few out there for debate.
There are.
But, you know, I obviously want to... I thought... We talk about players and we talk about Premier League. We love it. International break. We can have a bit of nostalgia moments. And you know, I've been lucky enough, and you've been lucky enough to play against some unbelievable partnerships. And there's a few out there. Just for yourself, obviously it's going to be named. A lot of them are going to be named. What was the hardest strike partnership you come up against?
Oh, the hardest one. Well, I actually played when Shearer was up front. Who was he? I can't remember who he was up front with now.
What do you mean you can't remember? We were just talking about attacking partnerships.
I don't think it was Sutton.
Who was he playing for?
He's playing for Blackburn.
He's Blackburn?
He's playing for Blackburn. Yeah.
Right.
I played against Niall Quinn and Phillips.
Yeah.
Niall Phillips,
that was back in the day, 4-4-2. Big man, little man.
Big man. Phillips's movement was...
Unreal.
He was one of those, you think you've got him at the corner of your eye, and where's he gone?
Yeah.
It's like he's disappeared.
Off the back
his
of
movement
shoulder.
was excellent. But I played against, like, the old school. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you played against the originals, the OGs.
Yeah. Was it Kent's not?
But they love coming up. Oh, Cundy's starting.
Cundy's
starting at the back with Razor Ruddick. Here we go. Let's have a field day, boys.
About 18 stone.
Fill your boots, boys. There's 4 or 5 out there for you today.
John Cantwell scored the first ever hat-trick in the Premier League.
Against you?
Yeah. First ever hat-trick ever.
What's against you?
Well, not just me.
Well, you're playing centre half.
Yeah. He dropped deep. He kept dropping deep. Couldn't get near him.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, couldn't get near him.
I mean, there's loads out there, isn't
in terms of back when I played, right, it was really 4-4-2.
Yeah,
it was that was what it was. And I mean, in terms of centre forwards, mate, Shearer was just anyone in Shearer really.
Anyone with Shearer.
He was
in terms of a partnership, though, I think there's a few out there. I mean, I'm guessing Newcastle fans will phone up and give us a few, but
Shearer and Ferdinand, those two up top. I mean, you're talking beefy boys there, right? You're talking powerhouses,
animals,
arms, the size of thighs. In Ferdinand's case, Shearer rock hard, Ferdinand rock hard.
Yeah,
you're bouncing off those boys, aren't you? Bouncing off.
Imagine coming up against them two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I've obviously played against a few, and
but then the shape changed a little bit, didn't it? Was that
the shape changed my era a little bit. It was more like the 4-2-3-1, or you had the one dropping in the hole. You had the number 10 kind of become a thing, and the best one I ever played against for me, coming up against it, was Rooney and Tevez. We could not get near them. They were so good; it was outrageous.
And you got Ronaldo playing in that same team.
You had
right?
Ronaldo on the right. And I think it was, Giggs on the left, Carrick and Scholes in midfield.
Oof, that's filth.
It was filth.
That's filth.
It was filth. And Rooney and Tevez, the link up between them two was just on another planet.
Yeah, that's filth, mate.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
And it's the only time I probably walked off the pitch and I was like, what's just happened?
Yeah.
Like, how good are these two people at football? I thought I was good at football.
So we're doing Premier League only, right?
Premier League only.
Premier League only. Right?
Premier League only.
Right, okay.
There's a few out there.
There was football before 1992.
And it's got to be your club's best one. You know, we want to, it doesn't...
Jake, so there's no right and wrong answer here. We all have our opinion, but we want your best Premier League one, right? So if you support Norwich, maybe don't call Maybe. No, but
if you want to phone up and tell us what your partnership was, and you can give us some nostalgia of some greats.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's going to be some out there where you go, oh yeah,
yes,
like the one that I talk about, Niall Quinn and Kevin Phillips. It's not going to be your number one, is it? But they're ones that you remember.
It must be Sunderland's best.
It's got to be up there.
Who's Bentley up? Who's played off Bentley?
Bentley.
No,
Mr. Scruffy goals.
Mr. Beach Ball.
Yeah, he's scruffed 100 Premier League goals. So look, get involved in it. 03717 223344. Let's go to Tony. He's a Chelsea fan, right, Tone?
Right, Tone.
You all right, fellas? How's it going?
I'm good, Tone. How are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. It's got to be not only for Chelsea, but probably best in the league, isn't it? Lampard and Drogba.
Well, I had the pleasure of doing pretty much every single game those two played together, and they were.
It was a joke.
They were on a different level. Those two, yeah. Frank was an 8, right? He played deep, but Frank was an 8. Frank was a.
He wasn't an 8. He was a 10.
Frank was. Well, when you play 8, though, you can be a 10, but he's more of an 8 than a 10.
Hold on. So when Drogba played, where did Lampard... Who played?
Played 4-3-3.
Yeah, so he's a 10.
So no. He played... he played... So
you had Essien.
Yeah, Essien and then McElhenney and Frank.
Yeah, so right? Frank was in front of him.
No, Frank wasn't in front of them. Frank had an engine, right? Frank had a pair of lungs on him, you won't believe. Frank could get up and down.
Yeah.
Frank would be the... So whoever played that ball... So use Didier, right? When that ball's on its way, so's Frank.
Yeah.
Frank would then go and be a 10. But he wouldn't play a 10, but he would then become in that 10.
Drogba used to bounce the ball back as well to Lampard.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Long ball, Drogba would bounce it back, Lampard coming in, getting the long-range strikes and all that.
Yeah, those two...
They were on another level.
They were devastating. Yeah, Robin one side, Joe Cole. I mean, that
it was a great team.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the best teams around at the time.
Oh, at the time, without question. Without question. One of the best Premier League sides of all time.
I used to go and watch them with my brother down at Spurs, but Berbatov and Robbie Keane together was a good duo.
I played with them.
That was a great shout.
It was unbelievable.
Hopefully you'll be good on Sunday, Jay. I'm going to see you Sunday at the Brentwood Centre.
Oh, yeah, Sunday, yeah, charity game, yeah. I don't know if I'll be Berbatov and Keane, but I mean, maybe then put them together. That might be the size of me when I'm walking around a pitch, but
might be more like Clinton.
I'll still notch a couple for you, mate. Don't worry. Tone, here's a stat for you though. Lampard and Drogba have the second most goal combinations in Premier League history with 36, behind Kane and Son on 47.
Yeah, but like Jason said earlier, mate, that entire list of players, duos, and they didn't win anything.
I mean, Frank and Didier were picking up Premier Leagues,
right? But
FA Cups,
right? But if you had
League Cups,
if you had your chance now,
Champions League,
if you had your chance now, I'm not going to ask. I'm not even going to ask that question. Kane and Son or Lampard and Drogba?
Oh, behave yourself.
Yeah, I know. I can't.
Behave yourself.
I can't even do it.
By the way, for the record,
I
think Kane will go down as the best Premier League striker, even though he hasn't got the numbers. Personally, I think technically he's better than Shearer. Shearer was a beast, by the way, an absolute beast.
Yeah, but Shearer played in an area where he could be a beast.
Yeah,
Harry Kane's a modern day complete forward.
But he can drop into those areas, Kane. He can be a 10.
No, but Shearer didn't need to do that.
No, he didn't.
That wasn't the game
No,
then.
he didn't. No.
I think if you put Shearer in this era now,
oh my gosh,
it'd still be ridiculous.
Oh mate, you put him in any team now, he'd be like Haaland. I swear.
Yeah, he'd be like Haaland. Yeah.
You put prime Shearer in Man City.
Was he that good?
Yeah.
But I mean, look, you played in that area,
mate. He was the best of the best of the best. He was.
Yeah.
I've said this before.
Better than Drogba. Tone?
I think you've got. I mean, that's a toughie. But
can we get Tone up? Tone.
The fact I've hesitated.
What?
Kane's better than Drogba.
Kane's better than Drogba.
As a number 1, number 9.
Haaland.
Yeah,
Kane's best striker I've seen. He's quality, unbelievable.
What about Shearer though? We're talking about Shearer.
Yeah, he's better than Shearer.
I mean,
Shearer's a bit more like Haaland. He's a bit more that type of striker.
But I think Kane's better than Haaland.
He's a better footballer.
Yeah, I think Haaland for me is more of a fox in a box, big powerhouse machine. Where Harry Kane, he can drop in deep, he can create, he can do from long range, he can get in the box. I think Harry Kane is a complete forward. Best I've seen in my lifetime.
I'm telling you now, you put Shearer in Man City now. He's getting close to what Haaland did last year.
You put Kane in Man City's team, he breaks Haaland's record.
Get close again.
Look what he's doing in Germany. It's ridiculous.
I know, but it's Germany, isn't it? Do you know? I'm not surprised.
Here's a stat for you about Harry Kane. Bill's just told me this, and I think it's outrageous. Harry Kane's played 10 games in Bundesliga. He's already got more goals than the Golden Boot winner from last season.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's a little bit embarrassing.
It's actually ridiculous. How can you rock up and do that?
Yeah, no, Kane is. Yeah, well, look, he's playing an inferior league and he's ripping it up, the boy.
Tone, top man, mate. Thanks for phoning in. Let's go to Kevin. He's an Arsenal fan, right, Kev?
Good evening, gentlemen. Just finished well.
Just finished what, mate?
I'm an Arsenal man, but the previous caller, Harry Kane, he is different class, but no one's mentioned Henry and Bergkamp.
That's why the lines are open, Kev. That's your job. Well done.
Well, Henry and Bergkamp.
How long did they play together?
What, 3, 4, 5 seasons together?
Yeah. I mean, they were unbelievable, weren't they?
That ain't a bad couple, is it?
I think technically,
Did he get a Ballon d'Or? Henry. Did he win it once?
No,
I don't think he did, mate.
I don't think he did.
Didn't he?
Didn't win Arsenal didn't win Champions League either with Bergkamp and Henry.
No, they didn't. But
it's
still
lick your lips football, isn't it? Isn't it?
They went undefeated.
It is. Henry and Bergkamp. I'm looking down the list here. I mean, in terms of like being a baller, proper, like technically a gifted footballer, I think that's the two most gifted, isn't it?
Lovely, thank you very much.
I think if you're looking at a partnership and you're going the ultimate partnership you'd want as Bergkamp as the number 10 who can do anything with a football, and Thierry Henry that can just score goals for fun and just go wherever he wants and whatever side, left foot, right foot. On paper, that's hard to beat.
It is hard to beat, isn't it? I think that's probably the best.
That's hard to beat.
I think that's the best.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.